Alright YouTube, I'm Jerry, it's Egypt.
Welcome to day 7 of our Egypt honeymoon. We had to get up early for our transfer to Luxor, so we're back on the 6th of October bridge travelling to Cairo airport. After a 1 hour and 10-minute flight, we landed in Luxor. It's home to some incredible places like Karnak, Luxor, Hatshepsut temples, the Ramesseum, the Valley of the Kings and Queens, and the amazing Colossi of Memnon. After the decline of the Egyptian Empire, it was ruled by the Greeks and Romans until it eventually became the Luxor that we see today. While we were here, we stayed at the Hilton Resort on the River Nile, and words can barely express the luxury of this environment compared to the busy Cairo that we've travelled from. I highly recommend choosing this hotel to stay at if you ever find yourself in Luxor, and these views really speak for themselves. Believe it or not, that mountain you can see in the distance is actually Valley of the Kings. Considering day 7 was just travelling and getting settled down in our hotel, day 8 was full of adventure. Our first stop was the Temple of Hatshepsut. This was built between 1478 and 1458 BC, and then it was repurposed for Thutmose III in 1435 BC. Hatshepsut is the queen who wanted to be seen as a male pharaoh, hence why she is usually pictured with a beard. This was for no other purpose than to gain more respect from the society. Unfortunately, the images of Hatshepsut were defaced and erased by Thutmose III roughly 20 years after her death. Many believe he disliked her as she stole the throne from him when Thutmose II died. He was only 2 years old at the time, so it kind of makes sense that she didn't allow Thutmose III to rule. In later years, Akhenaten ordered the images of Amun to be removed to make way for his worship of Aten. A lot of this damage was then repaired by Tutankhamun, Horemheb, and Ramesses II. The colour in this temple is amazing considering it's 3,500 years old. All the statues that you see outside are reconstructions, with only parts of them being original. It's a shame that places like this have been destroyed and reused over the ages. While you're here, you'll find two massive doorways made out of granite, and they seem completely out of place due to the size of the blocks, since the rest of the construction is made from small sandstone blocks. The ruined temple next door used to be the mortuary temple of Mentuhotep II. This was built between 2050 and 2000 BC and unfortunately lays in ruins today, and it's closed off to the public. Next door to Hatshepsut's temple, there's a temple dedicated to Hathor, the mother goddess, depicted with her cow ears. There are images of the Ankh, Waz scepter and the Jed pillar absolutely everywhere in this temple. These are the signs for eternal life, power and stability respectively. These strange looking hieroglyphs actually depict a stargate, giving the rise to the controversial idea that Egyptians had the power to travel across the galaxy. An 8-minute drive from Hatshepsut's temple gets you to the Valley of the Kings. As you enter the Valley of the Kings, the visitor centre includes this model of the entire complex, and it's really cool to see the depth of all the tombs to scale into the mountainside. This valley is home to at least 63 tombs, with the most recent one being found in October 2022, so this number will keep rising as more are discovered. We're told that the ancient Egyptians picked this spot in particular to use for the Valley of the Kings, as there's a naturally formed pyramid on the top of the mountain that overlooks the whole site. The first tomb we went in was for Ramesses IV. He ruled between 1153 and 1147 BC. He was the third pharaoh of the 20th dynasty and was the second son of Ramesses III. This tomb was actually used as a hotel for early Egypt archaeologists after it was discovered in 1905, and even includes some graffiti from Coptic and Greek visitors. This is the tomb for Ramesses III. He ruled between 1184 and 1153 BC. He was the second pharaoh of the 20th dynasty and wasn't even closely related to Ramesses II or Ramesses I, and he seized the throne when Egypt was in political crisis. This is the tomb for Ramesses I. He ruled somewhere between 1295 and 1290 BC, but the exact dates are unknown. He was the first pharaoh of Egypt's 19th dynasty and was the father of future rulers like Seti I and his grandson Ramesses II. This tomb is a dual tomb for Ramesses V and Ramesses VI. Ramesses V ruled between 1147 and 1143 BC. He was the initial creator of the tomb, and it was reused by his uncle Ramesses VI, who ruled between 1143 and 1136 BC. But this tomb was unfortunately robbed soon after the death of Ramesses VI. So our last tomb was for Tutankhamun. He ruled between 1336 and 1327 BC. This tomb was excavated by Howard Carter in 1922 after 6 years of searching, and when it was opened it was filled with over 5,000 priceless artifacts, including hundreds of pairs of shoes and that incredible gold mask, making it one of the most famous discoveries in history. The brown spots on the walls that you can see is actually mould that started forming before the tomb was closed, but died off when it was sealed, which stopped the spread. Like the other tombs in the valley, the images on the wall depict his travel through the afterlife. Tutankhamun was only 19 when he died, which would explain why his tomb is so small. Some even believe that this tomb was supposed to be for someone else, but due to his sudden death, he ended up here instead. A short 11-minute drive from the Valley of the Kings to arrive at the Valley of the Queens. We get a glimpse at the Ramesseum, which is home to the remnants of a 1,000-ton statue that we're told is of Ramesses II. We also get a view of the standing Colossi of Amenhotep III. So this is the Valley of the Queens, and even though it's got queens in the name, it's also home to princes, princesses and other high-ranking officials. So people of importance, but not quite important enough to be buried in the Valley of the Kings. A lot of them still have the majority of their original colour, and that's due to there just being less visitors here than the Valley of the Kings. This valley is home to 75 discovered tombs. The most famous tomb in this valley is that of Queen Nefertari. She was the favourite wife of Ramesses II, but unfortunately, as the tombs are on an opening rotation, it was closed during our visit. After a 3-minute drive from the Valley of the Queens, you'll find the Colossi of Memnon. We're told that these are of Amenhotep III and were produced in 1350 BC. They used to stand in front of the mortuary temple of Amenhotep III, which used to be the largest temple in Thebes when it still stood. These massive statues are 18 metres tall and weigh 720 tonnes each. They are made from a single piece of quartzite stone from a quarry near Cairo, which means they were transported 420 miles upriver to get here, which would have made it a near impossible task. In 1200 BC, there was a huge earthquake in the area which destroyed the temple, but the colossi remained. Then in 27 BC, they were subject to another earthquake which shattered the northern statue above the waist and cracked the bottom half. This crack used to whistle when warmed by sunlight in the mornings up until 199 AD, when it was repaired by the Roman Emperor Septimus Severus. They got renamed the Colossi of Memnon by the Greeks when they were thought to represent their mythological king Memnon. This pair of statues is absolutely incredible to see up close, and definitely should be on your list of sites to visit if you're ever in Luxor. Thanks for joining me on this trip around the valleys of Luxor, and remember to come back as there's even more footage from our trip I have yet to show you.